Deep in the cosmos, where countless stars shimmer, mysteries reside that could fundamentally alter our understanding of the universe and humanity's place within it. This isn't about mundane discoveries, new animal species, or traces of ancient civilizations. Instead, it concerns a far bolder hypothesis: a grand interstellar war, whose evidence, it's claimed, has been found within our solar system. If this evidence is confirmed, all our knowledge about the history of humanity and the cosmos will need to be reevaluated. The beginning of this story is lost in the abyss of time, in an era when science was just taking its first tentative steps in exploring space. In those years, when humanity, gazing at the night sky, saw only silent beauty, unaware of the secrets hidden within that majestic panorama. Initially, it all began with simple questions, it would seem. What does the moon conceal? Is there life on Mars? These questions propelled humanity forward, towards new discoveries and uncharted horizons. Humanity's first steps into space, marked by triumph, simultaneously brought with them strange anomalies. Photographs taken during the lunar missions first sowed seeds of hesitant doubt. The strange structures seemed utterly incapable of being natural. Geometrically precise forms, symmetrical objects resembling the remains of ruined constructions, sparked contemplation. In the lunar valley of Schroeder, formations resembling gigantic pipes were discovered, stretching for many kilometers. In the craters, mysterious, unnatural objects were observed, as if left behind by the hand of an unknown builder. Initially, these findings were hastily explained away as tricks of light and shadow, quirks of the terrain, or overactive imaginations. All these reports of curious artifacts rarely reached the wider public, and if they did seep into the media, they were presented as space debris or natural formations resulting from unknown natural processes. But with each new expedition, with each new photograph, these questions became increasingly persistent. Scientists whose work wasn't bound by politics or ideology began to voice bold hypotheses. They spoke of the possibility of intelligent life on the moon and subsequently on Mars, the traces of intelligent activity, perhaps even ancient civilizations that existed thousands or even millions of years ago. One of the first to dare speak openly about it was Alexander Kazantsev, a Russian scientist with a candidate of technical sciences degree. In the 1960s, he dared to publish his bold ideas that the moon might hold great secrets and traces of an extraterrestrial civilization. In his scientific works, he carefully analyzed the data obtained, pointing to unexplained phenomena, unusual objects, and mysterious building constructions, which, in his opinion, indicated an artificial origin. These theories caused a wide resonance both in scientific circles and far beyond them. Kazantsev, of course, was not alone in his bold assumptions. Other researchers, such as Soviet astronomer Mikhail Vasin and engineer Alexander Shcherbakov, also put forward their hypotheses, which suggested that the moon was an artificial object created by an ancient civilization. They relied on data about the density of the moon, its amazing relief, and other anomalies, which seemed very strange. With the development of space technology, interest in Mars only increased, beckoning humanity to new discoveries and mysteries. The red planet has always attracted attention, promising extraordinary puzzles. Mars became the next goal of researchers, and, as it turned out, it held even more secrets than the moon, tantalizing the imagination with its grandeur. Images obtained from Martian probes ignited renewed contemplation among researchers about the history of the solar system. Evidence from the discoveries, scientists claimed, began to hint at events far more significant than previously imagined. The traces on Mars proved far more stunning than those on the moon. Geometrically precise structures, reminiscent of ancient cities and fortresses, began to emerge in the photographs. The famous Sphinx in the Cydonia region sparked many debates, but as it turned out, it was only the first step. Further investigations revealed that the Sphinx wasn't a solitary object, but part of a vast complex, encompassing pyramids, roads, and other constructions. Archaeologist and ufologist Richard Hoagland, one of the most prominent proponents of the idea of ancient civilizations on Mars, was among the first to draw attention to these anomalies. His work, based on the analysis of data obtained from Martian probes, indicated the presence of artificial structures on the red planet that could have been created by a highly developed civilization. Hoagland, along with his colleagues, analyzed a multitude of images, uncovering more and more signs of artificial origin. He asserted that the structures were positioned in accordance with mathematical laws, displaying indications of intricate architecture and, possibly, were oriented toward specific astronomical points. His works provoked both admiration and sharp criticism, yet one thing was undeniable: they had drawn attention to the issue. However, the news of the discovery of global destruction on Mars was far more shocking. Craters, created by monstrous explosions, huge funnels stretching for tens of kilometers, like scars on the planet's surface. Researchers increasingly spoke of traces of a planetary-scale catastrophe, a war in which an entire civilization had possibly perished. This hypothesis met with fierce resistance in scientific circles. Many scientists regarded such assumptions with frank skepticism, calling them unscientific and based only on speculation. But the more data that appeared, the harder it became to ignore the obvious. New information, obtained from Martian probes, indicated that the discovered objects were not random natural formations, but were part of a single complex, subject to a certain logic and structure. And then the boldest hypothesis arose. The war in question was not just a local conflict, but a large-scale interstellar war, unfolding in our solar system. Earth, according to this theory, acted as either a colony or an arena of battle in this terrifying conflict. The wreckage of ships and weapons, as legend tells, still rests in orbit around Earth, as well as on the surfaces of the Moon and Mars. This audacious theory lifts the veil of mystery, giving rise to numerous questions demanding the closest scrutiny. If true, what civilizations clashed in mortal combat? What unseen technologies did they employ? Why did our very own solar system become the arena for their battle? And perhaps the most crucial question, what does all this mean for us, simple Earthlings? Confirmation of this hypothesis, should it ever be found, would mark the beginning of a fundamental revision of the history of our planet and all of humankind. It would signify that we are not alone in the boundless expanse of the universe, and that our world may be but a small fragment of a far grander and more dramatic story. In this context, newly discovered artifacts take on an entirely different significance. One of the most intriguing examples is the so-called Antikythera mechanism. This ancient Greek artifact, discovered in 1901 on a sunken ship off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, was a complex mechanical calculator designed to predict the movements of celestial bodies. Many scientists unanimously consider it the most complex mechanism ever created by humans before the era of modern computers. Analysis of this astonishing device revealed it was used to forecast eclipses, determine the positions of the sun, moon, and planets, and display the cycles of ancient Greek games, such as the Olympic Games. The complexity and perfection of the Antikythera mechanism have sparked both admiration and bewilderment among numerous researchers. Some have even put forth bold theories. They claim the artifact might be the result of advanced technologies, far exceeding commonly held notions about ancient Greek civilization. In particular, speculation arose that the mechanism was created using knowledge acquired from other civilizations, possibly even extraterrestrial ones. This idea gained traction among some scientists and enthusiasts, convinced that the Antikythera mechanism was solid proof of the existence of more developed technologies in the distant past. However, the majority of scientists still maintain a more traditional view, suggesting the mechanism was crafted by talented ancient Greek scientists and engineers, possessing sufficient knowledge and skills for its creation. Another intriguing artifact, around which debate continues to rage, is Stonehenge. This ancient monument, located in Great Britain, is a complex of stone structures erected between 3,000 and 1,600 years before the Common Era. Its true purpose and the reason for its construction remain a mystery to this day, captivating the imaginations of researchers and lovers of antiquity. Various theories attempt to explain Stonehenge's purpose. Some see it as a religious center, others as an astronomical observatory, still others as a place for mysterious rituals, and some even suggest it was a landing site for unidentified flying objects. Scientists still cannot reach a consensus on the technology used to build this monument and how exactly Stonehenge was erected. Stone blocks, weighing dozens of tons, were delivered here from a distance of dozens of kilometers. The question inevitably arises: how could ancient people lift and move these colossal stones without having modern technology at their disposal? This mystery gives rise to many hypotheses, including those that connect Stonehenge with the activities of extraterrestrial civilizations. Many researchers draw attention to the astronomical orientation of Stonehenge, indicating that it was erected with the movement of the sun and moon in mind. This suggests deep knowledge of astronomy possessed by the ancient builders. Different scientists put forward very different theories, but they all agree on one thing. Stonehenge is a great mystery that continues to stir the minds of researchers. In the light of the interstellar war hypothesis, these artifacts take on a completely different meaning. Perhaps they are remnants of ancient civilizations, once embroiled in this incredible conflict. Maybe they are evidence of technologies far ahead of their time. But what about the data that stubbornly refuses to fit into the accepted scientific worldview? Why are accounts of strange discoveries on the Moon and Mars often dismissed as space debris or called natural formations? The answer might lie in the awareness of our own vulnerability and the desire to shield humanity from a shocking truth. Imagine, humanity learns of the existence of highly advanced civilizations capable of interstellar warfare. This could lead to panic, generate fear of the unknown, and compel people to seek protection by any means. It is fraught with political and social upheavals. Perhaps that's why governments and scientific organizations prefer to remain silent, gradually preparing the public for possible discoveries. In this scenario, the hypothesis of interstellar war takes on not only scientific but also political significance. It challenges Earth's sovereignty, casting doubt upon our very safety. It demands a re-evaluation of our entire history, of the philosophies we hold dear. And though doubts and fears linger, research continues, relentless in its pursuit. Scientists and researchers worldwide, meticulously analyzing data from spacecraft, study ancient artifacts as if searching for the keys to a puzzle. They tirelessly seek new evidence, working to create new technologies, hoping to unravel the mysteries of the past and learn the truth about our place in the boundless universe. What awaits us in the future? Will the secrets of the Moon and Mars, which have guarded their riddles for thousands of years, be revealed? Will we find new evidence of the interstellar wars that legends speak of? Or will we forever remain in the dark, wandering in the shadows of the unknown? Answers to these questions remain elusive. Yet one thing is certain. The story of humankind is far from over, and many discoveries and mysteries await us. Quite possibly, the most astonishing revelations are yet to come. Perhaps, with time, we will learn more than we can presently imagine. It is possible that we will realize our solar system is not merely a location for our planet, but a stage for grand events, of which we may already be witnesses. It is highly probable that we will meet those who, long ago, left their marks on the Moon and on Mars, the red planet. Then our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe will fundamentally and permanently change. We might uncover secrets hidden from us for thousands of years and realize we have always been part of something greater than we could have ever conceived.